to 2 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
You're listening to the Cubs Radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. The Injury Report is sponsored by Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Visit IBJI.com for locations and services. Shota Imanaga will pitch today in Arizona, his second rehab outing after the first one went very well last week. Should get a better feel for that timeline in the coming days. Also, Eli Morgan, the reliever picked up from Cleveland in the offseason, will throw in Arizona as well. Meanwhile, closer candidate Porter Hodge threw an inning yesterday in Iowa, 14 pitches. Everything went well as he recovers from what has been called a hip impingement after initially being an oblique muscle strain. Time to look at who's hot and who's cold. Sponsored by Plumbers 911. Plumbing emergency? Call the professionals, available 24/7 at 1-833-PLUM-911. The offense has been cold, of course, greatly influenced by the opposing pitchers. More on that in a few minutes. Since the Nats series began on June 3rd, the Cubs O has a WRC plus of 90, which ranks 21st of 30 teams in baseball, but the entire pitching staff is hot. Since Memorial Day, the traditional start of summer, Cubs have a team ERA of 2.29. That is the very best in all of MLB. What has it been like facing so many great pitchers over the last 2 weeks? Hear it from one of the Cubs veteran hitters next on The Score, the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Craig Counsell here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Berwyn Verizon store at 7160 Shermack Road today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Hey, Tinsley, why don't we use EasyCater to order food for staff lunches?
Because my 46-page acronym system is so easy. I just have to salad, stay alert to late arriving deliveries, pie, put in expenses, and Google Pie. Go out and get everyone's preferences and allergy information.
That's supposed to be simple?
No, simple is Steve and Irma and Margie prefer lasagna and empanadas.
OMG.
No need to make work life more complicated. Just use EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
Fans in Illinois can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Matt Spiegel here with you on the Cubs Radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. Dansby Swanson has been around this game a long time, and he has faced the very best starting pitchers the league has had to offer. He faced 6 of them over the last 2 weeks.
So Mackenzie Gore, Zach Wheeler, Jesus Luzardo, Tariq Skubal, Jack Flaherty, and now Skeens yesterday. If you had to say who's the toughest of that batch.
You know me, I'm not really in the business of saying who's the best at all of them, but it's a pretty good rotation if they're all be on the same team.
Yeah.
You know, from the stuff to the mound presence and the teams, you know, the whole thing. Like they're really good for a reason, and it's always fun being able to compete against those kinds of guys and, you know, kind of see where you stack up. And you know, we've handled our own as best we can and put up some good at bats, but you know, those guys definitely make it tough for a reason.
Yeah, you guys made Skeens work. 35 pitch inning was the longest inning he's ever had in the big leagues yesterday, and you got him out after 5. What makes him? I mean, it's obviously a big pitch mix, but he's tall, and it comes out from a funky spot too, doesn't it?
I mean, it's all of it, right? It's the stuff itself. It's the the amount of different types of pitches that he throws. It's the ability for him to execute, and then, like I said, you add a little bit of some, like, just the deception and arm angle and just all the different things, right? And then kind of put it together, and it becomes a little bit of a perfect storm. He's just a guy he makes it really hard for you to score runs off of him. It's hard to string together hits, and he typically doesn't walk, too many guys, and kind of makes you earn your walk if you're going to walk. And it's always a fun battle, going against him.
It's kind of like a quarterback against a quarterback. It's not like Cade Horton was going against him, but there's still that feeling of rising up.
Yeah.
It seemed like Cade rose up.
Yeah, no, Cade was awesome yesterday. You can just see the maturity and how he handles his business, the professionalism, the competitive, fire that he has. He's always wanting to learn and get better, and I feel like he's had such a good start to his major league career, and he's only going to continue to get better.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Adding in Skeens against all 6 of the pitchers we mentioned, 37 2/3 innings, 44 strikeouts, just 3 runs scored for the Cubs offense. That'll put your team in a slump. Hear from the skipper a bit later on about the offense learning to grind out at bats. That's all part of what's coming up next on The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home, afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Berwyn Verizon store at 7160 Shermack Road today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Today's pitching matchups are sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Mike Burrows came up to the Pirates, joined the rotation on May 22nd. He's 1-1 with an ERA of 5 in 4 starts. Had a 2.51 ERA in 7 starts at AAA Indy before that. A top 30 prospect for the Pirates every one of the last 5 seasons. Meanwhile, Matthew Boyd for the Cubs, 5-3 with a stellar 2.89 ERA in 13 starts. He's gone at least 5 innings in all but one of them, at least 6 in 9 of them. The Cubs' 2 best sluggers against right-handed pitchers are Pete Crow Armstrong and Michael Busch. Let's go with Busch to go deep against the Pirates' righty Burrows. He is my pick, who I am banking on. Sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Had a chance to talk to the skipper before the game, and he spoke from the dugout. And when you hear from the manager, it's sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. He was asked about the approach of a veteran hitter like Kyle Tucker, maybe rubbing off on some of the youngsters.
It's all just experience, and I think, when you're around different people and people that are really good at their craft, I think you take note of things, you try to apply them to your game, and then sometimes you say, it's hard. But some of it is like when Kyle lays off a pitch that's an inch outside. Does that help Pete? I'm not sure.
Matt Shaw saw 17 pitches and 2 plate appearances against Skeens yesterday. Is that by design?
No,
just his thought process?
No, it's foul balls. I mean, you're trying to square it up, and you hit a foul ball. And, in the end, that's what, when we talk about how do we get pitch counts up, they usually get up because of foul balls. And so sometimes, I think the hitters would say sometimes there's the good foul ball, which is the pitcher throws a tough pitch and you're just fortunate to get a piece of it and you foul it off. And then there's the pitch that you had to hit and you hit a foul ball, and those, you can see the hitter reactions on that. Against a guy like Skeens, it's just harder to square up. So you're going to see some foul balls, and he's pretty darn good at making you swing and miss too. So the foul ball gets you another pitch and maybe a little better pitch to hit. So I mean, it's one of those. Many had 2 at bats. I thought he had really good at bats. He probably, so it's 17. He probably felt like he had 2 or 3 to hit of those 17. That's hitting.
Matt Shaw in his standard spot, hitting 9th and playing 3rd. Zach Zamian will have the full lineups for you shortly because the ball game is around the corner. Right here on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
5 de la mañana. Empiezo el día con un refrescante Celsius Energy Drink. Hoy me toca correr 12 millas. Me tomo un jugo verde, me cambio y a trabajar. Reuniones, talleres, otro Celsius. Vamos con todo. Trabajo hasta tarde, pero obvio salgo con mis amigas a bailar. Celsius. Live. Fit. Go. Consigue un Celsius frío y refrescante en tu tienda más cercana o búscalo en Celsius.com.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. AKA, you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Hosmer with the national anthem, sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. Taking a look around baseball, sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. A full slate around MLB this Saturday. 2 games start just before the Cubs do, and we will have 13 games rolling by 3:10 Central, including the Reds in Detroit and the Cardinals against the Brewers in Milwaukee. It's the Pirates and the Cubs at Wrigley next with Zach Zaidman and Ron Coomer right here on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Ian Happ here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
When you buy a new house, you might say,
"Shut the front door."
Winning.
No, seriously, shut the front door. We own this house now.
But you actually need to say,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
That's right. The local State Farm agent is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
Welcome to my crib. No one says that anymore, but I don't care.
So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18 plus. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
Base hit into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning single.
Hey, it's Nico Horner.
Diving backhand stop by Horner, throws to first to get it. Sensational play.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer. This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Arturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
After coming out on the wrong end of a pitcher's duel, the Cubs looking to bounce back against Pittsburgh. Hi, everyone. A pleasant good afternoon to you from beautiful Wrigley Field alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. So happy to have you with us. It's Game 3 of the Cubs' 4-game set against the Pirates. Cubs took the opener Thursday, but the Pirates beat the Cubs 2-1 in extra innings yesterday. Today, it's veteran left-hander Matthew Boyd on the mound for the Cubs, while rookie right-hander Mike Burrows starts for Pittsburgh. Let's get right to the starting lineup, sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. For Don Kelly's Pirates, a record of 29-42, last place in the National League Central, 13.5 games behind the first-place Cubs. O'Neal Cruz is the leadoff man, and he plays center field. Andrew McCutchen is the designated hitter. The right fielder is Brian Reynolds. The Pirates' cleanup man is second baseman Nick Gonzalez. Key Brian Hayes at third, the catcher Henry Davis. Batting seventh, Jared Triolo, the first baseman. The left fielder is Tommy Pham, and batting ninth for Pittsburgh, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the shortstop, with rookie right-hander Mike Burrows on the mound. For Craig Counsell's Cubs, a record of 42-28, first place in the National League Central, a 4.5-game lead over second place Milwaukee. Ian Happ leads off and plays left. Kyle Tucker in right. The designated hitter is Seiya Suzuki. The Cubs cleanup man is center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong. Dansby Swanson at short. The first baseman is Michael Bush. Catcher Carson Kelly bats seventh. Nico Horner plays second base. And batting ninth for the Cubs, third baseman Matt Shaw, with veteran left-hander Matthew Boyd on the mound. Pitch next, Cubs and Pirates from Wrigley on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
5 de la mañana. Empiezo el día con un refrescante Celsius Energy Drink. Hoy me toca correr 12 millas. Me tomo un jugo verde, me cambio y a trabajar. Reuniones, talleres, otro Celsius. Vamos con todo. Trabajo hasta tarde, pero obvio salgo con mis amigas a bailar. Celsius. Live. Fit. Go. Consigue un Celsius frío y refrescante en tu tienda más cercana o búscalo en Celsius.com.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it.
Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
It's game time. Time to crack open a Yingling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yingling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it at your favorite bar or store. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. Yeah, Matthew Boyd on the bump today, Z, for the Cubs. Cubs need a big performance from him, and they got the right guy. Last two outings have been outstanding for Matthew. And he has been one of the anchors of this Cubs staff, that's for sure.
3 straight quality starts, Coom, including a no decision in Philadelphia last Monday. He went 6 innings, giving up just 1 earned run, 8 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Matthew Boyd feels at home at Wrigley Field. He's 5-0 here at the friendly confines this season with a 2.40 ERA. And the conditions favoring the pitchers once again this afternoon. Wind blowing in at nearly 10 miles per hour, 64 degrees and cloudy. The game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, your trusted local experts. It's been much cooler than we expected when we looked at the forecast earlier in the week for this series here at home against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we were expecting it to be, probably 10 degrees warmer at least and much better conditions. It's been overcast. It rained almost the entire game yesterday. Not hard, no delays, but still rained, and the wind was blowing in when it was blowing. Today the wind blowing in, but not very hard, so could be a little bit better day to hit today, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm ready for summer. Kick in anytime.
I'm with you. O'Neal Cruz, left-handed hitting center fielder, stands in for Pittsburgh. The left-hander Matthew Boyd takes the mound. He works on the third base side of the rubber. Boyd rocks back, high leg kick and pitch. And we are underway as Boyd starts off Cruz with a strike, a sinking fastball at 93 miles per hour. Boyd on the season 5-3 with a 2.89 ERA. Here's the pitch. And that's inside to Cruz, 1-1. This is Boyd's 14th start of the year. Game 3 of a 4-game set between the Cubs and Pirates. As Boyd works his motion, here comes the 1-1. Cruz looks at a ball up high, 2-1, a slider that missed.
Boyd will throw a lot of pitches. For a guy that throws a lot of two-seamers, he throws them at the top of the zone. That last slider, a good pitch, didn't get called, but at the top of the zone.
Cruz fouls it back, 2-2 the count. Cubs took the opener of this 4-game series on Thursday, a 3-2 win behind veteran right-hander Jamison Tyone. As Boyd is ready, here comes the 2-2. Inside to Cruz, full count, a curve that missed. Yesterday, an extra inning affair. Pirates beat the Cubs 2-1 in 10. Cubs went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position in yesterday's ball game. That's rare. Cubs hitting nearly .290 with runners in scoring position this season. The payoff pitch called, strike 3. As Boyd freezes Cruz with a fastball, 1 away.
Cruz looking for a breaking pitch, and this is a fastball at the bottom of the zone. First pitch, he threw at the knees. Cruz not expecting that 93-mile-an-hour heater for strike 3.
So here comes Andrew McCutchen with 1 down in the top of the first. Cubs and Pirates, right-handed batter. Boyd deals, called strike on the outside corner, a fastball.
First inning powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
The 0-1 inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on McCutchen, the Pirates' designated hitter. Hitting at .258 on the year. 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. Boyd kicks and deals. High and inside again, 2-1.
I just missed. He went with fastball inside, then changeup inside to McCutchen. And both of those just missed the inside corner.
The 2-1 delivery is hit high in the air. Deep left center field. Happ going back near the wall. He looks up. It's gone. Andrew McCutchen goes deep. Pirates strike first. 1-0 Pittsburgh here in the first.
Third pitch in a row from Boyd inside to McCutchen. Fastball, changeup, and then I think the last pitch, I don't think it was a fastball, but it was inside. It's a changeup, and it stays. They want it in. It stays in the middle of the plate, and McCutchen tees off on it, hit it into the wind, and it ended up about 2 rows deep in the left field bleachers.
McCutchen's 18th career home run here at Wrigley Field, the most by an active opponent. Earlier this week, he passed Roberto Clemente for 3rd place on the Pirates' all-time home run list. Willie Stargell first, Ralph Kiner second. Here's the pitch. That's outside to the batter, Brian Reynolds. The Pirates' right fielder, a switch hitter, batting from the right side.
Speed Gun today, powered by Xfinity. It's seriously powerful Wi-Fi with Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
Reynolds looks at ball 2 inside, a fastball that missed from left-hander Matthew Boyd. Now the 2-0 delivery. Chop foul to the left. A 372-foot drive to left center for McCutchen. Pirates with a 1-0 lead. Here with a 1 away in the top of the first. The 2-1. Reynolds takes the ball outside. 3-1 the count now.
Boyd's still trying to get a little feel for his pitches. That last 2-seamer down and away and just ran off the plate. It was a good pitch, but a lot of run on that 2-seam fastball. Just missed the corner.
The pitch. Pulled foul out of play off to the left by Reynolds. Full count.
And that's the second changeup that he's thrown in the middle of the plate. One ended up in the bleachers, and that one inside, good hittable pitch. Hooked foul.
The payoff pitch by Boyd is hit in the air down the right field line, slicing foul out of play.
It's always the case, when you're playing in a big league ball game and you're the pitcher. It's always, this is from the hitter's perspective. I'm not talking about being a pitcher, but I always felt like right away early in the game, does the pitcher have the feel for his pitches right away, or is he still trying to find his release point?
Slow-moving grounder, left of the mound, fielded by Boyd. The underhand toss to Bush at first for the out, 2 away.
And what I mean by that is just, are you going to get some really good pitches to hit in the middle of the strike zone? Because they're still trying to figure, okay, my 2-seamer's running this much, so I got to throw it here to change up. Do I have feel for it, or am I throwing it over the middle of the plate? So those are things you look for as a hitter right away. At least I did. And, and my at-bat would warrant what I was seeing with the guys in front of me.
The Pirates cleanup man, Nick Gonzalez at the plate, right-handed batter. Boyd deals, fouled away, out of play off to the right. Second deck.
Now that's a perfect two-seamer, right? That's the perfect fastball. Middle of the plate. As the hitter, it's strike, strike, strike. Good hittable pitch. When it's in the hitting zone, it's right on the outside corner.
Here's the 0-1. Foul away again. Second deck off to the right. 0-2 on Gonzalez. So what's that balance as a hitter between being aggressive and being patient when you're trying to figure out what the pitcher's got?
Yeah, I think you got to pay close attention. You really do. To me, in my first at-bat, I wanted to see pitches, especially if I didn't know it real well. But, boy, if he was throwing balls in the middle of the plate, you got to be aggressive and hit.
Here's the 0-2. Just tapped foul at the plate by Gonzalez. Had a piece of a changeup from Boyd.
Nice change there, down and away. And that's it, first 7, 8, 10 pitches, 12 pitches. You're feeling your way around, and now he's made some really good pitches to Gonzalez.
Boyd kicks and fires. Chopped to short, fielded on a high hop by Swanson. Overhand throw across in time to get Gonzalez. That ends the top half of the first inning, but not before the Pirates strike first on a home run by McCutchen. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Cubs back in the bottom of the first when we come back on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
5 de la mañana. Empiezo el día con un refrescante Celsius Energy Drink. Hoy me toca correr 12 millas. Me tomo un jugo verde, me cambio y a trabajar. Reuniones, talleres, otro Celsius. Vamos con todo. Trabajo hasta tarde, pero obvio salgo con mis amigas a bailar. Celsius. Live. Fit. Go. Consigue un Celsius frío y refrescante en tu tienda más cercana o búscalo en Celsius.com.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Vinny's Beverage Depot. If Ian Happ gets a hit, Vinny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. 25-year-old right-hander Mike Burrows starts Happ off with a ball outside. Last of the first here at Wrigley. Pittsburgh with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. Happ, a switch hitter batting from the left side. The next pitch is way inside, almost hit Happ. 2-0 the count. So Burrows making his 5th start of the season. He's 1-1, Coom, with an ERA of 5. What should we know about this guy?
One thing about Burrows, he's got a good arm, that's for sure. Mid-90s fastball.
Happ swings, pulls one, foul off to the right. Just foul behind the first base bag. 2-1.
Heads up, Phil. Phil Cuzzy, the first base umpire. Doing a little cha-cha-cha to get out of the way. That's sizzling. And it's following him, too, right? He goes into foul territory. And where's that ball going? It's hooking in foul territory.
The 2-1. Happ looks at a strike.
Pretty good job, though, by Phil getting out of the way of that one.
95-mile-per-hour heater. 2-2 the count. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Burrows gets Happ with a changeup, 1 away.
Well, Burrows, to finish our thought about Burrows, good fastball, mid-90s. He will switch from what I'm seeing now from where he pitches on the rubber. Now, what I saw him this morning was him pitching on the far third base side of the rubber. Now, we'll see if he switches over with the right-handed hitter up, Suzuki on deck. But crossfire fastball, slider, curveball, and his second best pitch, though, is the change, and that's what he got Happer with.
Kyle Tucker looks at a slider low and inside. The next pitch is tapped foul at the plate. A fastball on the outer edge. 1-1 the count. Pirates playing the infield back with the exception of the third baseman Hayes, in line with the bag on the edge of the infield grass. The 1-1. Tucker, a big rip and a miss. 1-2. A slow-moving breaking ball from Burrows.
We had Hayes playing on the edge of the grass. I really don't know why you would play Tuck that close to home plate. I just don't see that.
Pitch low, 2-2.
Unless they've just had issue with guys, hitting that little either jam shot or that cue shot off the end of the bat rolling towards third, and they're just sick of seeing it. And now you start defending it a little bit. But, Tuck he's swinging.
Here comes the 2-2. That's low and inside. A change that missed, full count. And with 2 strikes, Hayes now backing up. And with the infield alignment of the Pirates right now, they're essentially vacating the normal third base defensive spot. Ground ball hit up the middle, and this is through into center field for a base hit. I don't know if that hit off the glove of Connor Falefa or the second baseman Gonzalez. Both of them were attempting to field it, but Tucker's got an infield single with 1 down here in the bottom of the first.
Tuck gets his pitch away and hooks it back through the middle, just to the first base side of the mound, and that's kind of in that spot where, nobody's really at. It's the one spot, with the shift. There's no one get to that ball. Both shortstop and second baseman try, but best they can do is just knock it down.
Seiya Suzuki at the plate and looks at a strike on the outside corner. 0-1, a 95-mile-per-hour heater from the right-hander Burrows, who's still working on the first base side of the rubber.
Just looking. So from the last start that I watched his film to now, he's moved to the other side of the rubber. And that's all about angles of his pitches. So obviously they think this gives him more of a chance probably to throw that breaking ball and get a better angle to throw it for a strike and have more command of it, I would guess.
Suzuki looked at a breaking ball for a strike. The next pitch is a swing and miss as he waves at a slider off the outside. Strike 3. So 2 away. Tucker at first will bring up the Cubs cleanup man, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Burrows does a good job of getting on top of that last slider with his fingers. And what that does then is it gets really good downward rotation along with the ball going across the strike zone, I'd say out in front.
Righty-lefty matchup with Tucker at first. Now the pitch. Crow Armstrong hits a high fly ball. Right center field. It's playable. Reynolds under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. As Tucker is stranded on the bases. After 1, it's Pittsburgh with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
5 de la mañana. Empiezo el día con un refrescante Celsius Energy Drink. Hoy me toca correr 12 millas. Me tomo un jugo verde, me cambio y a trabajar. Reuniones, talleres, otro Celsius. Vamos con todo. Trabajo hasta tarde, pero obvio salgo con mis amigas a bailar. Celsius. Live. Fit. Go. Consigue un Celsius frío y refrescante en tu tienda más cercana o búscalo en Celsius.com.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Buying a new car might make you say things like,
I can't believe it.
Seriously, it's ours?
Is this real life?
Movie!
Yeah, it's real life, all right.
But what you really need to say is something that can protect your new ride.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yep, we're here to help you choose the coverage you need. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Our second inning is brought to you by Seaglass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Here's Zach Zaidman.
Nice to have Matt Spiegel along today here at Wrigley Field. 1-0 Pirates, top of the second. Brian Hayes looks at a ball outside from Matthew Boyd.
Spiegs, welcome to the booth, buddy. It's great to have you here at Wrigley.
Now the 1-0, and Hayes takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
Sun came out right when you said my name.
You bring the sunshine, brother. It's what we knew.
You brought the donuts, least I could do.
Here's the 1-1. Dribbled foul off to the right by Hayes, 1-2 the count. Game 3 of a 4-game set between the Cubs and Pirates. Matt did a wonderful job on the pregame show. You'll hear Matt in the postgame show and throughout the game in a variety of different roles. The 1-2, line drive, smoke to deep right, going back Tucker, and he makes a backhanded catch right near the garage doors on the track for out number 1.
You're the Pittsburgh Pirates, and you see Hayes hit a ball like that the other way. You got to smile and go, okay, that's what we're looking for him to spray the ball. He's got some pop in his bat. But if he's covering the strike zone like that, good things are going to happen for Brian Hayes.
1-0 Pirates, 1 down, top of the second. Henry Davis at the plate, and the Pirates catcher looks at a slow-moving breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike, 0-1. Boyd working quickly. He rocks back and deals. That pitch inside, 1-1 the count, missed with a fastball. Cubs wearing their traditional home white uniforms with the blue pinstripes, the iconic Cubs logo on the front left part of the jersey. Here's the 1-1. That's low. 2-1 now on Davis. Blue numerals and lettering on the back of the jersey, outlined in red. Blue caps, blue socks, a red C on the front of the cap. Boyd wearing white and blue shoes today. Here's the 2-1. Outside. 3 balls and a strike to count on Davis.
I got to be careful here with Davis at the plate. He's got pop in his bat. You want to make sure you don't throw him just cookie inside.
The pitch. Breaking ball over.
Yeah, good change up. Yeah, that was a good change by Boyd. 3-1 change. Outstanding pitch. Davis just took it.
So it's a full count. The payoff pitch. Foul back off the screen by Davis. Pirates wearing traditional gray uniforms, jerseys and pants. Black numerals and lettering on the front and back, outlined in gold. Black batting helmets with a gold letter P on the front. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Davis fouls it back again. Davis wearing gold shoes. Pirates have black socks, sleeves, wristbands. The colors of the Pittsburgh City flag, black and gold. Here comes the 3-2. Davis pops it up on the infield right side behind the bag. It's Bush fighting the sun, and he makes the catch. Davis is retired, 2 away.
Good back and forth sequence by Boyd. An excellent job of pitching. He got behind in the count, but then the back and forth, the 3-1 pitch, change up for a strike. Then he went back and forth with the fastball. Finally got Davis to pop it up. It's a nice job by Matthew.
So 2 away, top 2. Pittsburgh 1, Cubs nothing, and the batter is the first baseman, Jared Triolo. The uniform descriptions are sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint to the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Boyd delivers, and Triolo fouls it out of play. Second deck off to the right, 0-1.
Triolo played in game 1, came into the game late in the game yesterday, and now today playing first base.
Here's the pitch. Inside, 1-1, a fastball that missed.
I think this Pirates group with position players, I think their pitching staff's in pretty good shape. Bullpen has done its job. Position player-wise, that ball foul off to the right. They're trying to figure it out, and they're Guys are playing different positions, and you and I were talking, Z, before the game. You had asked about, their lineup and the fluctuation of where guys are hitting and moving, other than the first three. Cruz is their player that they're hoping turns into a star player. McCutchen, been around the game a long time, and Reynolds, a very good player also. But other than that, everybody kind of shifting around.
Boyd misses with a breaking ball outside. 2-2 now on Triolo.
And I think when you got a young group like this, you're trying to put them in a position matchup-wise to help them. And that's what we're seeing in this series.
The 2-2 fouled off the netting to the right by Triolo. Yeah, Pirates have won 6 of their last 8 ball games, including yesterday's affair. And the Bucs bullpen, you talked about them a little bit, much maligned for most of the season. The Pirates bullpen has allowed just 3 runs during those 8 games.
Yeah, lately they've been throwing the ball well. We saw it. We saw it yesterday, that's for sure.
Here's the 2-2. Outside.
Cubs did, when you face a guy, and I'll say this, when you face a guy that's elite like Skeens is, and he's one of the best in the game, period, if he's not the best.
The 3-2. Another pop-up. Shallow right. Horner going back, coming in Tucker. It's the right fielder's ball, and Tucker makes the catch for out number 3. Middle 2 here at Wrigley. It's a 1-0 lead for the Pirates on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Nico Horner here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
He and the Cubs have teamed up for an online auction benefiting Project Main Street. Bid on game-used items and exclusive experience, like calling play-by-play for half an inning on Marquee Sports Network. The auction is live now through Sunday, June 22nd at 8 p.m. at Cubs.com/auctions.
Speaks, thank you. Dansby Swanson fouls off the first pitch he sees from Mike Burrows off to the left. 0-1. Pirates with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. Andrew McCutchen, a solo shot in the first off Matthew Boyd. Burrows throws a slider off the outside for a ball. 1-1 the count now on Swanson, hitting at .238 on the year. The next pitch is low and outside again. Another slider that missed. 2 balls and a strike. In the outfield, the Pirates playing Swanson straight away as Burrows kicks and deals. Pop foul out of play off to the right by Swanson. 2-2. The defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com.
And our reviews in this game sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion's always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Swanson swings and misses. Strike 3. Burrows gets Swanson with a changeup, 1 away.
Well, and that shows a lot of confidence in that changeup, and it's the good arm action we talked about. Yeah, as he goes right on right. Usually that is not the case for a right-handed pitcher to throw many changeups to a right-handed hitter, except the ball kind of fades back towards the hitter, but excellent pitch.
Michael Busch at the plate, looks at a ball inside, 1-0. Burrows 6'1", 200 pounds, native of Waterford, Connecticut. An 11th round pick in 2018. The pitch up high to Busch, 2-0. Debuted last year, one game. It was against the Yankees. Paul Skeens started. Burrows came in relief and picked up his first big league win as Busch fouls it back over our heads, 2-1.
And Burrow's a New York kid, so how about that, right?
Yeah, grew up just north of New York in Connecticut.
Right. So when you grow up, a quick drive from the ballpark in Yankee Stadium, it's a big deal.
Lines one to right. Right there is Reynolds, makes the catch, 2 away. Yeah, I'm sure he had a lot of friends and family at the game. And then this year, 4 starts, entering play with a record of 1-1 and an ERA of 5. His last start came Monday in Miami, and no decision, or I should say against Miami. 4 1/3 innings, 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. The start before that was really impressive as Carson Kelly digs in and dribbles one foul off to the right. 0-1. Was a win over Houston Coon. He went 5 1/3, did not allow a run, 5 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. So it gives you an indication of the ability. The 0-1 is a called strike, slow-moving curveball that spun in the zone. 0-2 on Kelly. Injuries have slowed down Burrows' career, including Tommy John surgery in 2023. The 0-2. Called strike 3. A slider that freezes Kelly, who doesn't like the call by the home plate umpire, Clint Vondrack, but it ends the second inning. Pirates with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. We head to the third on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for some Cubs talk every morning. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the score.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Pirates 1, Cubs nothing. Top 3 at Wrigley Field, 68 degrees, partly cloudy, wind blowing in. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Tommy Pham at the plate, right-handed batter. The left-hander Matthew Boyd works his motion, and the first pitch floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1. Pham on the year hitting at 197. Still looking for his first home run. Boyd kicks and deals, and Pham pulls one on the ground to short, fielded between the legs by Swanson. His throw across in time, 1 away.
Well, Pham really having a rough go. We're in the middle of June now, and he's got a lot of at-bats and just has not been able to get on track. And part of what you just saw there is hooking a lot of balls, not using the other side of the field. And, we've seen him do a lot of good through the years to bat in his hand, and he is just scuffling this year.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa looks at a fastball for a strike from Boyd, 0-1. Kiner-Falefa, the number 9 hitter in the Pittsburgh order. The pitch. Inside, 1-1. Kiner-Falefa hitting at .294. He's got 1 home run, 15 RBIs. Boyd deals. That's in there for a strike. Curveball over, 1-2. Kiner-Falefa hits out of a crouch, open stance. The 1-2. He lunges at a changeup off the outside and misses. Strike 3, 2 away.
Nice pitch by Boyd. Goes a little backdoor hook and it ends up catching the outside corner. Good pitch. Falefa didn't look like he had much of a look at Boyd's pitches. He was kind of falling out of the box for 2 of the 3 pitches.
O'Neill Cruz at the plate. He looks at strike 1, a slider that spins into the zone, 0-1. You've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. The 0-1 delivery to Cruz. Swing and a miss. And another slider, 0-2.
Who was the winner last night? Paulie?
Paulie won. Should he go first?
Doesn't matter.
I've got a Paul guess whenever you're ready, Zach.
Let's do it. Here's the 0-2. That's low on Cruz. Check swing. Did he go? On appeal, no, says Dan Bellino, the crew chief at third.
His guess, 39,922. Sounds similar to his guess yesterday. I was listening.
The 1-2 pitch. Cruz takes a ball inside, 2-2. I guess I'll go 40,200. Boyd delivers the 2-2. Just missed outside. Fastball, full count with Cruz at the plate.
I'll jump in and go 40,500. Going a little higher.
We'll get Coombs' guess in a moment. Here comes the payoff pitch. Cruz chops one to third. Coming in, Shaw fielding across the body throw. In time to get the speedy Cruz for out number 3. And this slow down in action in the third inning is brought to you by Izervay. Middle 3. Pittsburgh, a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 on the score.
Kelly's Market introduces Kelly's Delivery and Curbside Pickup. Now you can shop from home at kellysmarket.com. Our Kelly's Delivery team is ready to deliver the essentials right to your front door. Try Witch's new breakfast menu with a fresh coffee from Pachugo and enjoy all your favorite convenience items from Kelly's Market without leaving the comfort of your home. Out and about? Visit kellysmarket.com. Choose pickup and we'll bring your order right to your car. It all starts at kellysmarket.com or vroomdelivery.com/Kellys.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Berwyn Verizon store at 7160 Shermack Road today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Nico Horner's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com as Nico Horner looks at a curveball for a strike to begin the last of the third from right-hander Mike Burrows. Pittsburgh with a 1-0 lead. The next pitch on the way, and Nico looks at a ball low. 1-1 the count. Andrew McCutchen, a first-inning home run to put the Pirates ahead. Nico waits. That pitch low. 2-1, a slider from Burrows.
I will make my guess of 39,650.
Nico swings and fouls it away off to the right, out of play. 2-2. So all the guesses are into the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Good luck, men. It's always highly competitive.
Almost sounded like you meant that. Good luck.
I said almost. Nico waits. The 2-2. Line drive over the head of a leaping shortstop, Kiner Falefa, in a left field for a base hit.
Second hit of the ball game for the Cubs. Nico gets a little off speed pitch and hooks this ball just over the shortstop's head, Kiner Falefa, and ends up with a base knock. Now let's see. Cubs with the leadoff guy on. If they could do a little good and move some runners along, and situational hit a little bit today. Yesterday it was a little bit of a struggle. See how they do today.
Nico, big lead off of first. Matt Shaw at the plate. He looks at a ball up high. 1-0 the count.
Like Nico hopping off the bag as pitch was being delivered. See if he's going to try to take second base.
Triolo holding on Nico at first. The pitch, swing and a miss by Shaw. 1-1. That was a fastball at 95 miles per hour. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Along set, the 1-1 delivery. Shaw pops it up. Shallow right, angling toward the line. It's the second baseman, Gonzalez. I guess he lost the ball in the sun, and it drops harmlessly on the side track for a strike. Cubs catch a break.
Boy, the ball's got to be caught, and Gonzalez goes on. And then he's running for 5 or 6 steps, and he has no idea where the ball's at. Trillo, the first baseman, just runs away from the play after a little bit. And really, that's probably the first baseman's ball where it landed. But yeah, Cubs do catch a break there. Matty Shaw with new life.
1-2 the count with Shaw at the plate. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch, uses a toe tap. A long set by Burrows, throw to first. Horner gets back standing up.
Big hole on the right side of the diamond, as you'd expect. Gonzalez playing up the middle in double play depth.
Shaw hitting at 232 on the year. Nico goes. The pitch outside, and the ball is dropped by the catcher Davis. No throw, stolen base for Nico. That's his 14th.
Well, you knew after yesterday's ball game, if the Cubs had the opportunity, they were going to push it a little bit today. You know, you gotta try to make something happen when you didn't score some runs, and they haven't been last few days. Nico steals second base.
The 2-2. Shaw grounds one to first, fielded by Triolo. His only play is to go to the bag. He steps on it. Out number 1, Shaw's retired, and Horner advances to third on the play. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 afternoons on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Cubs with a scoring chance. We are in the bottom of the third inning. Pittsburgh 1, Cubs nothing. Horner at third, 1 away. Ian Happ at the plate, infield in. The pitch outside, 1-0.
Now both teams struggled to score runs yesterday. Pittsburgh is in a drought of just scoring runs, period. So they are definitely playing the infield in. They're going to try to cut down Horner at the plate. He should be going on contact.
Happ looks at a strike, a fastball, 1-1. In the outfield, they're playing Happ the other way. Cruz, the center fielder, shading him toward left center.
And Cruz shallow. How shallow? That's very shallow.
Happ swings and fouls it out of play. Second deck off to the left, 1-2. A stolen base earlier by Horner. A reminder, another Cubs steal. And steals are powered by a Turo tire.
Ian with 18 home runs against his hometown team. Hitting almost 320 also.
Calls time, steps out of the box. These are big numbers for Ian. The wind is blowing in, though, at the moment at Wrigley. The pitch. Fly ball hit to left. This should bring home a run. Caught by Pham. Tagging and coming home. Horner, he scores standing up ahead of the throw. And the Cubs tie up the ball game. 1-1 Cubs and Pirates, thanks to the sacrifice fly to left by Ian Happ.
Good at bat for Ian. He gets his pitch inside and just shoots it the other way. But excellent AB. Pham actually, this ball carries probably deeper than he thought it would. Headed through this ball somewhat flat-footed from left field where he didn't get behind this play all that well at all, but still made the play close at the plate as he threw a nice one-hop throw to the plate. Ian just beat the throw.
Kyle Tucker swings and misses at a changeup from Burrows, 0-1. RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. As Tucker takes ball one inside, 1-1. Burrows facing home plate. Now he winds and deals. Low, 2-1.
See if Tuck gets a good pitch to hit here on 2-1. So far, they've been a little, just kind of, I wouldn't say pitching around him, but being very cautious pitching to Tuck.
Curveball misses low. It's 3-1.
Sure, they've seen him do enough damage where you're like, yeah, they'll try the other guys. This guy's a pretty good player.
The other guys in the lineup are
they're doing a job, no doubt. They've picked it up.
A 3-1, an awkward swing and miss.
They've been put in a really good position because of the guy hitting in front of him. Kyle Tucker has had a great impact on this Cubs lineup.
Hitting at 276 on the year, 13 home runs, 43 RBIs. It's a full count. Tucker digs in. Burrows works his motion. A ground ball pulled through into right field for a base hit. Second single of the game for Tucker.
Base hit between Gonzalez and Triolo, and this ball is hooked on the ground. And Triolo does not go after this ball. I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't try to go after. I don't know if he's having a hard time seeing the ball off the bat right now at first base, which very well could be. But he didn't go after the pop-up, and now he didn't go after that ground ball.
Seiya Suzuki at the plate. The pitch. Way outside, off the glove of the catcher, Davis. It rolls all the way to the backstop, and advancing to second on the play, Kyle Tucker.
That's a wild pitch. Looked like a little breaking ball that Burrow held on to too long and bounced it in the left-handed batter's box.
So 1-0 the count with Suzuki at the plate. Struck out swinging in the first. Tucker represents the go-ahead run at second. The pitch. Seiya swings, drills one deep down the left field line, but hooking foul. It did not have home run distance. 1-1.
That's a big at bat for the Cubs. You know, the one thing when you start scoring 2-out runs, it can be deflating for a team over there that's been scuffling. It's be a big swing of the bat for the Cubs if Seiya can drive in this run.
Seiya looks at a ball low. It's 2-1, a curve that missed. Thursday, the Cubs did not have a single at-bat with a runner in scoring position. They hit 2 home runs, one of them by Suzuki. Now the 2-1 delivery. Seiya hits a line drive to right. Reynolds comes in, now backs up and makes the catch for out number 3. Tucker stranded at second, but not before the Cubs tie it up on a sac fly by Ian Happ. 1-1, Cubs and Pirates after 3 on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Jameson Tyone here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and use code TIKI for 20% off at collarsandco.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Your dream getaway?
Welcome in.
Starts at the airport. With Amex Platinum, you get access to the Centurion Lounge where you can find space to send off that last work email, fill up on premium dining, and finally, relax for up to 3 hours before takeoff. You might even wish your layover could last just a little longer.
Flight to Mexico, now boarding.
Oh, that's me. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. For more information, visit americanexpress.com/withAmex.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now. Instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. 11-day games, including the Reds, up big right now on the Tigers. They lit up Jack Flaherty. Score there is 7-1, Zach.
Speech thanks. Andrew McCutchen leads off the top of the fourth by looking at a fastball inside 1-0.
Tyler Stevenson with a grand slam. Ellie De La Cruz and Spencer Steer with a home run as well.
The next pitch is up high, so 2-0, a curveball that missed.
Marlins up on the Nationals 3-1. Jansen Junk has thrown more than 4 as the bulk reliever. 4 games at night, including Giants-Dodgers, now tied atop the National League West.
Speaks, thank you. McCutchen fouls it off the netting to the right, just above the on-deck circle, along the first base line, 2-1.
And this fourth inning, sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
Cubs 1, Pirates 1 here in the fourth. The pitch. Called strike, fastball, down the middle, 2-2. McCutchen got the scoring started in the first. A solo shot to left center field. Cubs tied it up in the last frame as McCutchen swings and misses at a slider. Strike 3. 1 away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
Nice pitch by Boyd. This one, he drops down a little bit and gets this one sweeping across the zone more than getting downward tilt. And it starts out away and ends up down and into McCutchen. Great pitch by Boyd to get the punch out.
Here's Brian Reynolds, switch hitter batting for the right side against the lefty Boyd. First pitch, a breaking ball that's pounded foul into the ground, 0-1. It's clear that it took Boyd maybe the first inning to get a feel for his pitches. He's got them now. Boyd kicks back and deals. Outside, 1-1.
Wind's still blowing in. We got rid of the clouds. It turned out to be a beautiful day, but wind's still blowing in from center field.
Reynolds taps it foul again at the plate, 1-2. But at least we finally see some blue in the sky overhead. It's been a while.
Some sunshine.
Yeah.
How about that? We didn't see any of it in Philly, right? And
no.
And where were we before that? Detroit. We had one day in Detroit that was really nice. Nice sunny day.
The 1-2. That's inside to Reynolds. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm ready for some sunny days here at the Friendly Confines.
Yeah, anytime summer wants to arrive, as you've mentioned over the last couple of days, I'm all in. I think most of Chicago is, right?
Ooh,
here's the 2-2. So. Fouled off the netting to the right by Reynolds. So they'll do it again. The only people who aren't complaining, I'm guessing, are the pitchers, because these conditions have favored the pitchers, especially the wind blowing in as we speak here at the friendly confines. The 2-2. Reynolds hits one down the right field line, slicing way foul out of play. Reynolds hit a comebacker to Boyd in the first. He's 0 for 1. And now the 2-2. Hit foul on the ground off to the left. Good battle going on here.
Yeah, Reynolds, we've talked about this Pirates club struggling on offense. And, Reynolds hitting 228. We're not accustomed to seeing that. This guy has always been a very good hitter.
The pitch. Reynolds loops one into shallow center, coming in and making the catch. Pete Crow Armstrong, 2 away.
Another good off-speed pitch. Had Reynolds out in front, even though he keeps his hands back and barrels this ball up. Still out in front, hit a line drive, but right at Pete.
So that'll bring up the cleanup man, Nick Gonzalez, the Pirates' second baseman. He grounded out to short in the first, 0 for 1. Boyd delivers, Gonzalez swings, and it's a high fly ball, deep left center field. Crow Armstrong at the track near the wall. He's got room and makes the catch for out number 3. Makes it look so smooth out there in center. Middle 4, Cubs 1, Pirates 1 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and use code TIKI for 20% off at collarsandco.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah! Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with a Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
League leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Just 6 men with 20 homers or more in MLB, including Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh at the top. In terms of RBIs, Zach Zaidman.
Pete Crow Armstrong swings and misses at a changeup from Mike Burrows to begin the last of the fourth speaks.
Just 9 have 50 or more. Pete Alonso's first with 63, but 2 of those 9 are Cubs, PCA and Sail.
A ground ball through into right field past a diving Gonzalez for a base hit. So Pete Crow Armstrong begins the 4th inning with a single. He represents the go-ahead run for the Cubs at first. And it'll bring up Dansby Swanson, 1-1 game. Cubs and Pirates here in the last of the 4th.
And how about this read? Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball in Chicago sports every weekday from, what is it, Matt? 2 to 6?
That's right.
2 to 6, yep, on 670 The Score in the Odyssey app. And it's great to have Spiegs here. I should have let you read your own. That would have been funny, right? Great to have you here, Matty. Always good, buddy.
Thanks, pal. This is a great little sidelight from the day job. What an honor.
Dansby Swanson looks at a ball outside. 1-0 the count. Crow Armstrong jumping off the first base bag. A long set by Burrows. He kicks and delivers. And Swanson fouls it back off the screen, 1-1.
I would think Pete will be off and running here soon. Burrows is slow to the plate with a big leg kick. And I would not expect Pete to be there much longer. He should be able to steal second base if he gets even a decent jump.
Can't miss him. He's wearing bright red shoes today. Throw to first. Crow Armstrong dives back in safely.
I think he's adopted the fluorescent red color. And then some.
He's a trendsetter when it comes to style. Time called by Swanson.
We didn't bring this up yesterday, but there was something that was really cool here in the stand yesterday that I saw. I saw like 2 10-year-old kids that were here yesterday, and I believe they were in the bleachers, which is something in itself.
PCA goes the pitch, swing and a miss. The throw to second, nowhere near in time. Stolen base for Pete Crow Armstrong. That's his 23rd. And now the Cubs have the go-ahead run in scoring position with Swanson at the plate on a 1-2 count.
We said Pete wasn't going to be at first long, and Burrow's slow to the plate. And Pete steals this base easily. This could have been one of those that really didn't even need a throw. And now you got to think about possibly if Burrow stays this slow to the plate, he'd steal third base.
The pitch. Swanson hits a high fly ball down the right field line, and it is slicing out of play. Did not have home run distance, 1-2.
But getting back to yesterday, there were 2 kids in the outfield in the bleachers yesterday that, they're all decked out in their Cubs gear, but they took their hat off, their Cubs hat, and they had their hair bleached white with the stars in it, like Pete had at the beginning of spring training. And I just started laughing. We never did get to bring it up on the air yesterday, but that was just funny. And that just goes to show you the impact that he is having on Cub fans, and he's playing incredibly well. And he's a great young guy and very cordial and very respectful to everybody around the park. But, man, he can play, too. And the kids are appreciating what he is bringing to the table. All of the package.
The pitch to Swanson, swung on it, missed, strike 3. As Burrows gets Swanson with a changeup, 1 away. I just am amazed that kids today can come home with that kind of hairstyle or convince the parents to do that.
Yeah,
that's the power of Pete.
I don't disagree with you, but I think there's, that's something that when a little kid is watching ball games day after day, as a little check swing foul ball off the bat of Michael Bush, 0-1. That is, there are worse things than really being a big baseball fan as a little kid and wanting to emulate, your favorite player. And heck, Pete's only about 10 years older than some of those kids. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Ground ball hit to second, fielded cleanly by Gonzalez. His throw to first in time to get Bush. 2 away, moving to third on the play. Pete Crow Armstrong, and it'll bring up Carson Kelly.
Now the Cubs once again need a big 2-out hit off the bat of Kelly. Game tied at 1, and that's the one thing there for a while when the Cubs were scoring 6, 7, 8 runs a ball game. It was the 2-out hit that was just crushing to the opposing team. And see if Cubs can get one here off the bat of Carson Kelly.
The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, a fastball at 95 miles per hour. Kelly did not like that call.
No, his ball's off the plate away, and usually the catcher gets a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Not today. Kelly got punched out in the first at bat, borderline pitch, and now that one.
Here's the 0-1. That's a ball, but that appeared to be in the strike zone along the outside edge.
Okay, even now he can start the at bat.
At the bottom of the zone, 95
Had
mile per
all
hour
of
heater.
the strike zone, all of it. Yeah,
that would confuse me as a hitter, especially a catcher. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. 1-2, another 95 mile per hour heater, kind of in the same area. We laugh, but I mean, it changes the program as a hitter.
Well, I just, for me, what happened is he called the first one. He knew he missed it. Then he made it up, and now, now you're back to even again.
All right. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3, changeup, fooling Kelly. Crow Armstrong stranded at third. After 4, still tied, 1-1, Cubs and Pirates. Matt Spiegel will join you for the 5th next on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and use code TIKI for 20% off at collarsandco.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power! The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Back live at Wrigley Field. We are coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. We are tied at 1. Entering the top of the 5th inning, Matthew Boyd has been terrific since giving up the home run to Andrew McCutchen, the second at bat of the game. Brian Hayes set to lead off the 5th. First pitch from Boyd is a curveball at the bottom inside corner of the zone for a strike. Since giving up that home run, Boyd has not allowed a base runner. Second pitch to Hayes is low for a ball. So that would be 11 straight. It's gotten out 12. Of course, members of the Pirates, the only one to reach is McCutchen with that home run. The 1-1 to Hayes is fouled off to the right side into the upper deck. Ron Coomer, Matthew Boyd has settled in quite nicely. Gave up a deep drive last inning from Nick Gonzalez, but PCA grabbed it on the warning track. 1-2 now the count to Hayes. That one hit on the ground towards Dansby Swanson. He grabs it comfortably, couple of hops, throw over. 1 away here to start the 5th.
Yeah, for most starting pitchers, the first inning is always one of those, feel out periods of making sure, taking your stuff from the bullpen to the game, and the adrenaline of the game itself is always, an interesting discussion for everybody to do. But, it's always one of those things in the first inning. Do you have your best stuff or not, and your location?
Henry Davis hits the first pitch high in the air into left, and Ian Happ comes in, grabs that, quickly 2 away here in the 5th. It should also be said that Andrew McCutchen's pretty good. He's allowed to be good, and as Zach mentioned, that's one of the guys who's hit homers against the Cubs more than anybody. He's 3rd on the active list with 32 home runs against the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Boyd threw 3 pitches in a row, kind of in the same spot. The last one, he was inside fastball, inside changeup, then wanted to change up away, and it ended up inner half and didn't stay in the ballpark.
Jared Triolo takes a fastball for a strike. The only active players with more homers than McCutchen against the Cubs, Paul Goldschmidt and Eugenio Suarez. That is it. The 0-1 to Triolo is in there again. 0-2 now. The count.
All 3 of those guys have hit a lot of home runs against a lot of teams. When you're on the all-time list for a franchise like the Pirates, and I believe he is 3rd.
He is.
That's all you need to know. McCutchen has been a very good player for a long, long time, an MVP.
The 0-2 to Triolo is peeled foul off to the right side. They'll reset and do that again. Yeah, McCutchen is one of those guys mentioned early this year by Pete Crow Armstrong as one of his favorites growing up. You can kind of see why. Here's the 0-2 again. Triolo hits that one high in the air and deep towards center, but PCA's got a beat on it, just shy of the track, beats the sun and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Matthew Boyd. He is rolling. Middle to fifth. We go to the bottom of the inning. It is 1-1 here on The Score and the the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with the Spiegel and Holmes Show, 2 to 6 on The Score.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and catch the NHL Finals. Because cross-checks on ice deserve exhilarating refreshment served ice-cold.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and use code TIKI for 20% off at collarsandco.com.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Nico Horner steps in against Mike Burrows of the Pirates. First pitch is taken outside. By the way, the first out of the inning was brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. And a reminder, as well, as Nico takes a 1-0 and hits it to left field above the leaping shortstop Kiner Falefa. And that is a second straight single to the left side from Nico Horner.
Yeah, this is almost a carbon copy of the one before that. Just the line drive bullet. And kind of Falefa leaps, can't get to it. And Nico has his second hit of the game.
All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. We'll see if the Cubs can draw one of those changes. Matt Shaw with a check swing at the first pitch from Burrows, and it is high. 1-0 the count.
Love to see Nico get a jump here and try to steal second base. He stole second and scored the Cubs' only run. Let's see if he can do it again.
Shaw takes one in the zone this time. Yeah, last time Shaw was up, he hit that pop fly off to the right that fell, and later in that at bat, Nico stole the base.
And you gotta take advantage of mistakes, and that was a mistake by the Pirates. See if he's going here. No.
1-1 from Burrows, swung on hard and missed by Shaw. Cubs run the bases exceptionally well as a team, not just stolen bases, but extra bases taken. The stat you can find on Baseball Savant, they're among the best at that. Matt Shaw with a check swing there. But the home plate umpire, Clint Vondrak, says he went around, and that'll be a strikeout for Burrows.
He had no appeal. Vondrak just called it himself behind home plate. Shaw thought they were going to appeal, but he definitely went. Easy call for Vondrak.
Here's Ian Happ. Was talking to Ryan Brazier in the clubhouse before the game. Guy who's been on some very good teams, Coombe. And as Ian steps in, takes the first pitch outside, ahead in the count 1-0. Brazier said he doesn't think he's been on a team that fields the ball better and runs the bases better than this one.
Yeah, the one thing about the Cubs, there's some teams out there that are athletic, like the Cubs. But I don't know if there's another team that plays defense as well as the Cubs.
1-0 to Happ is skied to the left side. Key Brian Hayes calling off the catcher. They're both there, though, and Henry Davis makes the catch to retire Ian Happ in foul territory, but he and Ke'Bryan Hayes continue to have some words after that one.
Well, Ke'Bryan Hayes called this ball, but obviously the catcher never heard him. And Davis stays camped under this ball. Both of them would have made this play an easy play, but that's one of those things when you're playing in a ballpark like Wrigley with 40,000 fans here, you know, as the infielder, and you come in that far, you got to look down and then pick the ball back up. You got to see if someone else is camped under it also. That was almost a big mistake.
Kyle Tucker now with 2 men away takes a first pitch strike from Burrows. Cubs got a leadoff single from Nico Horner. It's 1-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Had a leadoff single from PCA last inning, and he was stranded. See if Kyle Tucker can do something with 2 out. Pitch swung on and missed. 0-2, Tucker now behind. Ryan Brazier, who I mentioned, a world champion with the Dodgers last year and with the Red Sox in 2018. High praise for that guy to say that about these Cubs, who could use a big hit from Tucker here. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and Burrows bears down and gets away from a leadoff single for the second inning in a row. It is 1-1 on Friday, June 20th. Cubs take on the Mariners at 1:20. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs Blue alternative jersey. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. Zach Zaidman is back next, right here on The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Berwyn Verizon store at 7160 Shermack Road today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Top of the sixth inning here at Wrigley Field. 1-1 game between the Cubs and Pirates. Tommy Pham leading off for Pittsburgh, and he looks at a strike on the outside corner. A changeup for Matthew Boyd, who's retired 14 in a row since giving up a first-inning home run to Andrew McCutchen. The next pitch inside, 1-1 the count on Pham. Boyd kicks and fires. Pulled foul out of play off to the left by Pham. 1-2. Game 3 of a 4-game set between the Cubs and Pirates. Cubs took the opener Thursday. Pirates won yesterday. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count on Pham. Pirates struck first. That home run by McCutchen in the first. Cubs tied it up in the third on a sacrifice fly by Ian Happ. Now the 2-2. Popped up, foul territory, off to the right, out of play. Kelly, the catcher, briefly gave chase. So the count remains 2-2 on Pham. Cubs are just 6-6 in the month of June. Here's the pitch. Dribbled foul off to the left as Pham just gets a piece of a changeup. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the Cubs, 6 wins, no surprise. They've scored 39 runs, smacked 15 home runs. In the 6 losses, a very different story. Here's the 2-2 by Boyd. Fly ball hit foul out of play off to the right by Pham. In the 6 losses this month by the Cubs, just 7 runs scored and only 2 home runs. It's been feast or famine for the offense since the month of June started. Here's the 2-2. Low, full count, changeup that missed. We got spoiled early on this season with the Cubs' fantastic offense. The 3-2. Outside ball 4. Change that missed, so Pham heads to first after drawing a walk to lead off the top half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, offense has had a little bit of a dry spell here as of late. They faced some really good pitching. That's one thing. And, if you thought they were going to continue scoring 7 runs a game, that's just not realistic either. So, right now the Cubs are in one of those periods where, they're just not quite scoring the runs that they would like to be scoring currently.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at the plate, throw to first. Pham gets back standing up. Boyd has an excellent move to first.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique move to first base. Not the big leg kick that you are used to seeing from a left-hander. His foot stays close to the ground, slide step pickoff throw.
Kiner-Falefa swings and misses at a fastball 0-1.
Boyd leading the league this season in pickoffs with 5 so far this season.
Pham at first, no one out here in the 6th inning. 1-1 game. Cubs and Pirates throw to first, and they picked off Pham. Tag applied by Michael Busch. On cue. 1 away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
He would probably have a few more also if, he threw a couple balls away that had pickoffs. So, that's number 6. He'd probably have 8 or 9. But, that's been the only issue with the pickoff moves. Occasionally he's thrown a ball a little erratic, but great pickoff move.
So that's 6 now on the year for Boyd as Kiner-Falefa looks at a curveball outside, 1-1. He passes Max Fried of the Yankees, the 1-1. Foul back off the screen.
I'm chuckling with our broadcast partners next door to us. Bob Walk, longtime big league pitcher. He shook his head. He's like, I think that's a balk. I'm like, no. I don't know what to tell you. It's an out. I know that.
Ground ball deep short fielded by Swanson on the backhand. Throw dug out beautifully at first by Busch. 2 away.
Great play by Dansby at short. He goes to the hole, gets to this ball, and without taking another step, a plant and a throw across his body, 1 hop, and a perfect throw by Dansby. When you're going to give the first baseman a throw down, you want to bounce it out in front of him a little bit. And this way it gives Michael Busch the chance to extend as far out as he can, and that helps get that out at first base. Nice play by Swanson.
O'Neill Cruz swings and misses at the first offering from Boyd. A slow-moving breaking ball, 0-1. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Cubs 1, Pirates 1. Lefty-lefty matchup as Boyd deals, and Cruz swings and misses at a slider, 0-2. This Dayton baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The pitch is low, 1-2 the count. I was looking at the Cubs game notes. This is an interesting one. In 1949, following a game here at Wrigley Field, former Cub, and at that point, current Philly first baseman Eddie Waitkus was shot by a fan at the team's hotel. Waitkus battled for his life, undergoing multiple surgeries. A 1-2, a swing and a tap foul at the plate by Cruz. But Waitkus, after undergoing those surgeries, recovered to continue playing Major League Baseball the following season.
Wow.
And that played a little bit of a role in the storyline for The Natural, the book and the movie.
Zach, the fan that shot him, was named Ruth Ann Steinhagen. Legendary story of Chicago baseball lore. Good stuff.
Unless you're the guy that gets shot.
Yeah, that could have been fun. The 1-2. Loop to third on the edge of the outfield grass, making a backhand catch is Matt Shaw along the line in fair territory for out number 3. Yeah, did he say good stuff?
Good story.
Oh,
Good story, yeah. Good content.
So I get what you're saying. All right, middle 6, 1-1 game. Cubs and Pirates on the score. Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for great Cubs guests, middays 10 a.m. to 2. It's Rahimi and Harris on 670 The Score.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you own your own business or plan to start one, you need a good general liability insurance policy.
General liability insurance protects your business from any risk or accident that may occur.
Get better price
and better coverage
from Magnum Insurance.
Commercial insurance that works.
Kelly's Market introduces Kelly's Delivery and Curbside Pickup. Now you can shop from home at kellysmarket.com. Our Kelly's Delivery team is ready to deliver the essentials right to your front door. Try Witch's new breakfast menu with a fresh coffee from But You Go, and enjoy all your favorite convenience items from Kelly's Market without leaving the comfort of your home. Out and about? Visit kellysmarket.com. Choose pickup and we'll bring your order right to your car. It all starts at kellysmarket.com or vroomdelivery.com/Kellys.
Thumbtack presents Project Paralysis. I was cornered. Sweat gathered above my furrowed brow, and my mind was racing. I wondered who would be left standing when the droplets fell, me or the clogged sink. Drain cleaner and pipe snake clenched in my weary fist, I stepped toward the sink and then... Wait, why am I stressing? I have Thumbtack. I can easily search for a top-rated plumber, read reviews, and compare prices, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Tie ball game, 1-1 here in Chicago. And speaking of Flight, Sale with 17 home runs and 57 RBIs. A Flight would be good right about now, that being a baseball, in flight to the bleachers and left.
He did that in the opener on Thursday night, a 3-2 Cubs win over the Pirates. Pittsburgh won yesterday in extra innings, and as Koo mentioned, it's a 1-1 game here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Suzuki waits. Here's the 0-2. He fouls it back off the screen. Got a piece of a changeup.
Now, the Rawlings Flight good. The Flight by Yuengling later.
Like you're thinking.
Just, we're clarifying.
The pitch. Pop foul out of play by Suzuki off to the right.
That other tradition left with Harry.
Yes.
So we'll just leave it there. That's just the way it is, yeah.
There was only one Harry.
Isn't that the truth?
That's why he's got a statue at the corner of Sheffield and Waveland. The pitch. Pop fly, shallow right. Now on the dirt. Wide of first. It's the first baseman, Triolo, who makes the catch. As Suzuki pops out, one away here in the last of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. Who's on Deck is brought to you by TimberTech, decking and railing, everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. But before PCA steps to the plate, Pirates manager Don Kelly is going to make a pitching change and bring in the left-hander, Mundelein native Ryan Barucki. We've got a pitching change here at Wrigley Field. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Bottom 6, 1 down, PCA due up. 1-1 ball game between the Cubs and Pirates. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Right now, for a limited time, you can lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month.
or get $17.50 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 7th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
So left-hander Ryan Borucki now on the mound for the Pirates. He's got an ERA of nearly 5 this season. The final line on the starter Mike Burrows, 5 1/3, 1 run on 5 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts today for Burrows. Wind blowing in. On a partly cloudy day here at Wrigley Field, Pete Crow-Armstrong due up. Cubs and Pirates are tied at 1. Pirates struck first, solo shot by Andrew McCutchen in the first. And then in the third, Ian Happ with a sacrifice fly to even the game up. PCA 1 for 2 this afternoon. He singled and stole a base in the fourth. And ended up being stranded at third base to end the frame. So a lefty-lefty matchup. Hayes playing in at third, wide of the bag. Borucki kicks and fires. PCA bunts it foul behind the plate.
No, it's never a bad idea for Pete to be getting on base, because you know he'll be off and running, trying to steal second. Brian Hayes still playing in on the grass at third.
Borucki works on the third base side of the rubber. He kicks and fires, and this one is dribbled to third, fielded by Hayes. Strong throw across in time to get a hustling PCA for out number 2.
Ball hit right off the end of the bat. Little cue shot from Pete. And this ball takes the second hop and then goes right turn on Brian Hayes, and he has to reach out and field this ball because of the crazy spin, but he makes a nice play to get Pete Crow-Armstrong.
Very good fielding third baseman. So 2 down. Dansby Swanson stands in against the left-hander Borucki, who kicks and fires. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1, a slider. Swanson has struck out twice this afternoon. He's 0 for 2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Cubs have some activity in their bullpen. Veteran right-hander Ryan Presley has started warming up. Borucki deals. That pitch is low. 1-2.
Pitch count for Boyd. Boyd at 93 pitches in the ball game, so that might give you a little indication of Matthews' day might be done. I did not see into the Cubs dugout when he came off the field after the top of the 6th.
Outside, 2-2 now on Swanson. Crowd acknowledging the ball boy. Gave a whole new set of baseballs to the home plate umpire.
He went and got the foul ball.
That too. Pitch outside, so Swanson has worked a full count.
I just hope he never blows a hammy running like that. That would not be good.
So you don't like the technique?
No, it's just fine. He's been doing it for a while. I do see him stretching before the game, so that's good.
Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. There's an art to it. Here's the payoff pitch. And a high fly ball hit to deep left field. Forget about it. Long gone. Halfway up the bleachers. Dansby Swanson gives the Cubs the lead. 2-1 over the Pirates here in the 6th inning.
Now the Cubs are in need of a big swing of the bat. And Dansby comes up with a big one here with 2 outs out of 3-2 pitch, and he crunches one to left. This is I think it's a changeup down and away, but gets a lot of the plate. And I mean, he didn't miss this one. He hits this ball into the wind, halfway, as you said, Z, halfway up the bleachers and left. Big swing, 2-1 Cubs.
for Swanson, his 13th home run of the year as Michael Busch fouls one away. Second deck off to the left. A 377-foot drive by Swanson. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength. That's anything but ordinary. 2-1 Cubs here in the sixth. The pitch to Busch is a called strike. Fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour. The RBI reminder that RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Here's the 0-2. Blowing outside to Busch. Yeah, you mentioned it. The wind is blowing in. That's an impressive shot by Swanson. Now the pitch. And a high fly ball hit to deep right center field. Cruz and Reynolds giving chase. And it's Reynolds who makes a sliding backhanded catch for out number 3. Nice play by the right fielder. That ends the sixth inning, but not before Swanson gives the Cubs the lead. 2-1 Cubs over the Pirates as we head to the seventh on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Berwyn Verizon store at 7160 Shermack Road today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Right-hander Ryan Presley, the new man on the mound for the Cubs to begin the top half of the seventh inning. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Pirates. Andrew McCutchen will step to the plate. He's got the only hit of the ball game for Pittsburgh, a solo shot in the first off of Matthew Boyd. Presley kicks and delivers. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Presley sets up high and delivers the pitch. McCutchen swings and loops a base hit in the left field. And that's just the second hit of the ball game for both McCutchen and the Pirates.
This looks like a little off-speed pitch away to McCutchen, and that, that's his strength is now hitting mistakes, and he doesn't miss them, and that's another bullet off the bat of McCutchen.
So here comes Brian Reynolds, the right fielder, switch hitter, who will now bat from the left side against the right-hander Presley. Another quality start for Matthew Boyd. He went 6 innings, giving up just 1 hit. That home run by McCutchen. The pitch fouled away out of play off to the left by Reynolds, 0-1. 1 walk for Boyd, 3 strikeouts through 93 pitches, 63 for strikes. Quality starts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by Benjamin Moore's. Your next project with quality paints from Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Here's the pitch. Reynolds fouls it away again out of play off to the left, 0-2.
And hardest working player of the game, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. That's got to be Matthew too, right? He's been just good day after day after day. And another great start by him as you just reading off his numbers. So he'll be our hardest working player of the game by Bosch Power Tool.
4 straight quality starts for Boyd. Reynolds waits for the 0-2 with McCutcheon at first. And the pitch. Chopped the first, fielded by Bush. He whirls, throws to second. There's one. Swanson back to first. Double play. 3-6-3. Beautifully executed. 2 away.
Now this is in a textbook. Reynolds hooks this slider. One hopper to Bushy and perfect feed to Swanson, then gets back to the bag, and the Cubs turn to 3-6-3 double play. Probably the hardest one to turn for the infielders. Cubs execute perfectly. Big outs, period, or plural, by the Cubs.
Now the batter, Nick Gonzalez. The pitch. Inside ball 1. Double plays turned by the Cubs defense, sponsored by Nissan. Experience the thrill at NissanUSA.com. Why is it the toughest double play to turn?
Well, for the first baseman he catches, he's got to throw to a moving target at second, and then he's got to hustle up and get back to first to field the throw coming back. So none of it is easy, and you've got a runner going into second to kind of, get into your throwing lane. So it's a tough play, and when it works right like that one, it's a very nice play.
The last pitch outside. The next pitch is inside. So it's now 3-0 on Gonzalez. And a reminder, the first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. Cubs bullpen has been fantastic lately. That pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. 3-1 on Gonzalez. Presley's been a big part of it. After that rough outing he had in extra innings against San Francisco earlier this season. The 3-1, Gonzalez swings, misses, bat goes flying, smacks off the netting near the Cubs dugout along the left field line. And he's going to keep the bat.
Impressive bat toss about halfway up the netting. Just past the Cubs on deck circle.
But after that rough outing against San Francisco, Presley went to Ian Happ and said, give me a scouting report on what you see from a hitter's perspective. And Happ gave it to him, and he's been fantastic ever since.
Yeah. And I think for Rye also, he had some issues with his knee, and he's one of those guys he's a quality veteran player. This ball's chopped foul. Gonzalez at the plate. You're never going to hear excuses. He's just going to take the ball day after day after day and keep going out there and doing his job. Quiet leader, and everybody in the bullpen, they go, well, who's the leader down there? Everybody press it instantly. That's the guy.
The payoff pitch, line to left for a base hit by Gonzalez. 2-out single here in the top half of the 7th inning. It'll bring up Key Brian Hayes.
The double play turns out to be a big play so far. Yeah, Cubs very fortunate to have some really good veteran presence on this club, and it has really helped some of the younger guys.
Presley coming into play today has not allowed an earned run in 14 straight scoreless outings. Righty-righty matchup. Presley deals. Hayes looks at the ball low and outside, 1-0.
The thing to me that has happened with Presley is, he was scuffling along there for a while and his velocity was down. He was 92, 91, 92, maybe touched 93. Now he's up to 95, and that tells me he's healthy.
Ground ball through up the middle for a base hit, stopping at second base. Gonzalez in a little bit of a 2-out rally here by the Pirates. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over Pittsburgh. Back-to-back singles by Gonzalez and Hayes here in the 7th. It'll bring up Henry Davis, the catcher. But first, Carson Kelly and Dansby Swanson will head to the mound, as will pitching coach Tommy Hotovy for a meeting. That gives us an opportunity to pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the Spiegel and Holmes Show. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Matt Spiegel is along, our engineer, the maestro, Paul Zarang, helping us blast through the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. Cubs 2, Pirates 1. Pittsburgh threatening. Men at first and second with 2 away, and the catcher Henry Davis 2 up against the veteran right-handed reliever Ryan Presley.
Drew Pomerantz now warming up in the Cubs bullpen. And this big moment here in the game. Top of the 7th. Cubs up by a run. 2 men on, 2 outs. Cubs would love to see Davis hook a little ground ball to short.
Presley looks at second, kicks and fires. And the first pitch low to Davis. 1-0. Gonzalez at second base. Hayes at first. Davis 0 for 2. Hitting at 198 on the year. Right-handed batter hits out of a crouch, bit of an open stance. The pitch. Tap foul at the plate. That one took a bite out of Davis.
I think that ball, he fouled it off, and I think it hit him in the back foot. Went straight down back behind him and hit him in the back foot. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, doesn't it figure you have the shin guard on the front foot?
Let's take a look. We're getting it in the monitor again. Yeah, back foot. I don't know if I've ever done that.
It looked painful.
Yeah, I don't miss that at all. Yeah, not even a little bit.
So here we go. The 1-1 to Davis. Up high. 2 balls and a strike.
Cubs in the defense in the outfield playing him around the pull just a little bit. One thing we've heard about Davis here as of late is he's been trying to use the other side of the diamond in RBI situations.
Here's the pitch. Davis swings, hits one in the air, down the left field line, racing over half, but this one curls foul out of play.
Good slider by Presley and broke Davis's bat as he hit that ball off the end of the bat.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Davis walks back in the direction of the Pirates dugout.
The bat boy gave him a bad bat. He didn't like that one.
He's got a new one.
One of the rare guys in our game to not wear batting gloves when he hits. He has a wrist guard on his left wrist, which is probably just protection for his wrist from having some wrist issues, but no batting gloves. You do not. He might be the only guy in the league that does not wear batting gloves.
And you don't see that too often. Here's the 2-2. Davis pulls it on the ground, foul in front of the Cubs dugout along the third base line. Mike Rabello, the third base coach, had to jump rope out of the way. That's why the coaches wear the batting helmets. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 away. Can Presley work his way out of the jam? A long set and the pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball that hugged the outside edge. And Presley indeed does get out of the jam. Time to stretch at Wrigley. The Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Pirates. The 7th inning stretch is sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Here is Wayne Messmer.
And Chicago native Wayne Messmer. All right, Cub fans, on your feet. Let me hear you good and loud. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. You never sounded better.
Hey, Chicago, this is Matt Shaw. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
When you
do the math, you choose McGrath.
McGrath Acura of Westmont is one of Chicagoland's premier auto dealers. Zach Zaidman here. It's where I got my car. At McGrath Acura of Westmont, the luxury of Acura meets the McGrath commitment to quality and customer satisfaction. With new models in stock, such as the 2024 Acura MDX and competitive deals, there's no reason not to visit McGrath Acura of Westmont on Ogden Avenue or at AcuraByMcGrath.com.
What defines tough? It's facing the unthinkable, standing tall. It's teamwork, resilience, precision, and compassion. At Loyola Medicine, we treat the most complex cases with unshakable resolve and unmatched expertise. We don't just care, we fight, we heal. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Carson Kelly lifts a fly ball to shallow left center field. Ranging over to his left and making the catch is Tommy Pham for the first out. Kelly is retired. The new man on the mound for Pittsburgh here in the last of the seventh, 25-year-old right-hander Braxton Ashcraft, 6'5", 220 pounds. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Pirates. Nico Horner at the plate and looks at a ball inside, 1-0. Horner's 2 for 2 today. Ashcraft works on the extreme first base side of the rubber, sets at the belt, high leg kick and pitch, and Horner swings, and it's a fly ball to center. Drifting back, Cruz. He's got to play and makes the catch almost knee high. 2 away.
Yeah, Cruz is, he's a work in progress in center field. He has not been been a shortstop all his career and younger, and now he's moved to center field. And, it's a work in progress. He's a great athlete, got a great arm, can go get the ball, but he's still trying to figure out his position out there.
Matt Shaw hits one to center, and this is caught belt high off to the right by Cruz for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the 7th. We head to the 8th, 2-1. The Cubs lead over the Pirates on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Your dream getaway?
Welcome in.
Starts at the airport. With Amex Platinum, you get access to the Centurion Lounge where you can find space to send off that last work email, fill up on premium dining, and finally, relax for up to 3 hours before takeoff. You might even wish your layover could last just a little longer.
Flight to Mexico, now boarding.
Oh, that's me. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. For more information, visit americanexpress.com/withAmex.
Life offers us choices. When shopping for a luxury SUV, you should have the same benefit. The 2025 Lincoln Corsair SUV offers a traditional gas powertrain and the plug-in hybrid Grand Touring model. The spirit of choice continues with several available features to leave you reinvigorated, including perfect position massaging front seats, the jet appearance package, panoramic vista roof, and more. With an impressive list of both standard and available features, the right choice becomes clear. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
2-1 Cubs, top of the 8th inning here on a nice day here at the Friendly Confines. The 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877. Cars for Kids, that's Cars to the K to donate your car today, Zing.
Thanks, Coon. Left-hander Drew Pomerantz, the new pitcher for the Cubs here in the 8th. The batter, Jared Triol. Pomerantz steals, pitch outside, ball 1. Pomerantz, the veteran left-hander, has yet to give up an earned run this season for the Cubs in 17 1/3 innings. Here's the pitch. Triolo looks at a strike, 1-1, a fastball at 90 miles per hour. Now, Pomerantz took the loss in extra innings yesterday, but it was the ghost runner that scored, and those runs aren't earned. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Triolo taps it foul up the plate, 1-2.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. There's no reason for a pitcher to get penalized pitching in extra innings for runners that he has not put out there.
Here's the 1-2. That one's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Dansby Swanson putting the Cubs ahead with a solo shot in the 6th inning to break a 1-1 tie. The pitch popped foul out of play off to the right by Triolo. 2-2. Matthew Boyd, a quality start, went the first 6 innings, gave up just 1 hit. A solo shot to Andrew McCutcheon first. He walked 1 and struck out 3, throwing 93 pitches today. Pomeranz steals. Triolo gets one on the ground to short, fielded on a chest-high hop by Swanson. Sidearm throw to first in time. 1 away.
Good start to the inning for the Cubs. And Pomeranz. These low-scoring games, boy, they keep you on the edge of your seat. You know, one swing of the bat either way can be game-changing. Cubs, Dansby Swanson was that swing for the Cubs, giving them the lead 2-1 in the 6th.
Tommy Pham looks at the ball high and outside, 1-0.
Dansby hit a long home run to left, right into the teeth of the wind, too.
Yeah, that was impressive. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming as Pham looks at a fastball for a strike from Pomeranz, 1-1. Now the pitch. Low. 2 balls and a strike. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. 39,554 in attendance today. The pitch. Up high. 3 balls and a strike on Pham. And the man sitting to my left, the Coom Dog, kicks off the weekend as the winner. Really close with your guess, Coom. 39,650. Now time called. Greg Counsell and trainer Neil Rant going out to the mound. Is Pomeranz okay?
He's walking around. He's kind of clutching in his back, his lower back. I don't know if it grabbed him. It was like reaching right about where your belt would be in your lower back area. I don't know if he like quick back spasm or what. He's going to try to throw a pitch. Every now and then, and for all of us, your back will grab you and then it goes away. And they're going to let him throw a couple pitches, see how he's doing.
He just threw the first one, and
I think he wants to stay in there. Count's making sure he's all right.
He's got the glove in front of the mouth, so you can't see what he's saying. But he's going to stay in there. You're right, Coom. Pomeranz has been through some things in his big league career. Took him a while to come back here to the majors. Had not pitched in the big league since 2021 because of injuries. Here's the 3-1 to Pham. Ball 4 outside. So a 1-out walk for Pham and the Pirates here in the top of the 8th. With the Cubs on top 2-1. But Pomeranz overcame a whole bunch of injuries. And he's here with the Cubs now and pitching extremely well. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at the plate and looks at a ball low, 1-0.
Now, when he pitched for Craig Counsell, Counts had said he was one of the best relief pitchers in the game in the stretch that he was pitching for Milwaukee. And then, after that, he got banged up a lot. And, when he was available and said he was healthy, manager said, yeah, absolutely. We'd take a shot at him, and it has paid off because he has pitched extremely well for the Cubs.
20 games, a 2-1 record, a 0.00 ERA. Wow. Kiner-Falefa fouled away the last pitch. Here's the 1-1. Line drive. Leaping catch by Nico Horner on the edge of the outfield grass in right. Beautiful play. 2 away.
A little jam shot off the bat of Connor Falefa. And Nico goes back and little jump and makes the catch. A nice play by Nico.
So 2 down. It'll bring up O'Neal Cruz. Cubs 2, Pirates 1 here on the top of the 8th. Man at first. Pomerantz a long set. And the pitch. Foul back. We call that catch by Nico the catch of the game.
You sure can, absolutely.
The catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover a weekend getaway in Des Moines, where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at CatchDesMoines.com. Now the 0-1. Tapper up the first baseline, fielded by Bush, and he tags Cruz. Just a little past halfway up the line for out number 3. Fans stranded on the bases. We head to the last of the 8th. Cubs 2, Pirates 1 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
When you do the math, you choose McGrath.
McGrath Acura of Westmont is one of Chicagoland's premier auto dealers. Zach Zaidman here. It's where I got my car. At McGrath Acura of Westmont, the luxury of Acura meets the McGrath commitment to quality and customer satisfaction. With new models in stock, such as the 2024 Acura MDX and competitive deals, there's no reason not to visit McGrath Acura of Westmont on Ogden Avenue or at AcuraByMcGrath.com.
When every heartbeat counts, you need a team that leads with expertise. From arrhythmia mapping to advanced cardiac surgery, Loyola Medicine treats some of the region's most complex heart conditions by restoring rhythm and restoring lives. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car.
but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
You don't want vacation to end, but with Amex Platinum, you earn 5 times membership rewards points on prepaid hotels and more booked through AmexTravel.com. So you're already planning the next one. Book your room with fine hotels and resorts through Amex Travel and get an upgrade when available. Plus guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout, so you have time to check out the pool before flying off to what's next. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/with Amex CST 1022318.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now. Instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Got 2 finals, Zach Zaidman.
Thank you very much, Matt. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Wrigley Field. Ian Happ looks at a ball low.
Marlins beat the Nationals 4-3, and the Reds over the Tigers 11-1. The Reds lit up Jack Flaherty today.
It's a 2-1 lead for the Cubs over the Pirates. The next pitch popped up, foul on a play off to the left by Happ. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Cardinals Brewers among many games just getting going, Zach.
Thank you. Braxton Ashcraft remains on the mound for the Pirates. Now time called by the catcher Davis. Maybe they're having a pitch comm issue of some kind. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. Doesn't seem like Pirates are in any big hurry to get one out there. Maybe it's... Hey, guys. Don't mind us. We get 40,000 people just hanging out there waiting.
That kind of day. Ashcraft's ready. Here comes the 1-1 to Happ. That one just a bit outside. It sails all the way to the backstop and breaks one of Paul Zarang's microphones.
So where's that sign? I want to know what that sign is. Is that the hit the bull sign? I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's the sign.
Happ swings and fouls one off the netting to the left, 2-2.
Where's Kevin Costner when you need him?
And with 2 strikes, the third baseman, Hayes, vacates the usual third base position and drops back as Happ swings and fouls one back, 2-2. And once again, the ball boy comes flying in from right near the Cubs dugout along the third base line behind home plate to pick up foul ball. Here's the 2-2. Broken back ground ball hit to second. Fielded by Gonzalez. The flip to first in time. Haps retired. 1 away.
A little off-speed pitch. Looked like a little cutter, a little backdoor cutter, and Ian rolled over that one, broke his bat. Well, it should be nice to get one extra insurance run here in this bottom of the 8th inning. Daniel Palencia warming up and ready in the Cubs bullpen for the top of the 9th. Well, this is a good chance to take a shot at the seats if you're talking Seiya.
Ashcraft deals. Tucker was thinking just like you. Man, he took a big swing and missed a curveball. 0-1. Cubs right in the meat of their order. Presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com. Tucker's 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles and a strikeout. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
I got a little slider down and in. Breaking ball. And another big swing trying to hit one to the seats in right. Just a little out in front.
Ashcraft peers in. Gets the sign and deals. Pulled foul into the camera well along the first base line. Hope everyone's okay there.
I know they're awake in the camera well. Hopefully the cameraman is okay down there, or whoever. I see some people looking down there. That ball and sizzling down in that camera well.
The 0-2. A swing and a miss by Tucker. And a slider. Strike 3. 2 away.
A bunch of sliders down and in to Tuck, and just couldn't quite get to that last one. Second out of the inning.
And here comes the Cubs designated hitter, Seiya Suzuki, who's 0 for 3. Designated hitters for the Cubs, sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lyle. The pitch is a called strike. Front door slider. Started off the edge and then spun in. 0-1. Lefty-righty, I should say righty-righty matchup as Suzuki fouls it away. Out of play off to the right, 0-2. That was a 97-mile-per-hour heater from Ashcraft. Stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot coming up in the 9th inning. As Suzuki looks at a ball low and outside, 1-2. And Coom will have that for you. Also, a reminder immediately following today's ball game, Matt Spiegel will have the Verizon Cubs radio postgame show. Called strike 3. Suzuki frozen by a slow-moving front door breaking ball that floated into the zone. Cubs go down in order in the 8th. As our good friend Pat would say, fasten those seatbelts as we head to the 9th. Cubs 2, Pirates 1 on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
When every heartbeat counts, you need a team that leads with expertise. From arrhythmia mapping to advanced cardiac surgery, Loyola Medicine treats some of the region's most complex heart conditions by restoring rhythm and restoring lives. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car.
but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Your dream getaway
Welcome in.
starts at the airport. With Amex Platinum, you get access to the Centurion Lounge where you can find space to send off that last work email, fill up on premium dining. And finally, relax for up to 3 hours before takeoff. You might even wish your layover could last just a little longer.
Flight to Mexico now boarding.
Oh, that's me.
That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. For more information, visit americanexpress.com/withAmex.
Make your Chicago Cubs Players All-Stars. Cast your 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star ballot daily at Cubs.com/All-Star. Daniel Palencia now on the mound as we begin the top half of the ninth inning. Palencia trying to close this one out. The Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Pirates. Andrew McCutchen at the plate. Powerful right-handed batter. The right-hander Palencia sets at the belt. High leg kick and pitch. Up high, ball one. McCutchen responsible for the Pirates' only run this afternoon. A solo shot in the first off of Matthew Boyd. The only hit that Boyd allowed over 6 innings of work today. And the 1-0. McCutchen pops it up. Shallow left center. Dropping back the shortstop Swanson. He's under it and makes the catch. 1 away.
Big first out for the Cubs and Palencia here in the ninth. As that ball was absolutely skied to left. If that was a punt, and we got a guy in the booth that knows a little bit about punts, that would have been a good punt. Not good in baseball, though.
A guy that knows a little bit about punts in the booth.
Yeah. We get Double J showing up today. Jeff Joniak coming in to say hi. Uh-huh.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Touchdown Bears.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Daniel Palencia hopes to be a little ridiculous here. 99-mile-per-hour fastball off the outside to Brian Reynolds. The next pitch is fouled back 1-1. And the crowd once again applauding the ball boy racing over from near the Cubs dugout along the third base line behind home plate to pick up the ball and race right back. Here's the 1-1. Reynolds fouls it back again. And listen to the crowd. Here comes the ball boy again. Devin Hester likes speed to pick that one up.
I wouldn't go that far.
All right. He's getting his steps in today.
Palencia coming out and throwing some absolute bullets. He needs to throw one more big pitch to Reynolds.
Palencia peers in, gets the sign from Kelly and deals. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider. 2 away as the Pirates are down to their last out.
After some good gas from Palencia, then he spins the breaking ball and throws it in the ideal spot down and in. And when you're throwing around 100 miles an hour, you can't hit both. And Reynolds swings over the top of that slider.
The Pirates cleanup man, Nick Gonzalez at the plate, right-handed batter. The pitch by Palencia, a slow-moving tapper to third, barehanded by Shaw, throw to first, not in time, as Gonzalez beats it out. And now he represents the tying run at first base with 2 away.
Yeah, not much you can do if you're Shaw. You come running in, he does everything he can. You barehand this ball, and he gets it and makes a good throw right away. But Gonzalez with good speed just outruns the play.
So 2 down here in the top of the ninth. Cubs 2, Pirates 1. Gonzalez at first. Right-handed hitting Key Brian Hayes at the plate. Palencia sets at the belt, kicks and deals. Strike 1. Fastball clocked at 99 miles per hour. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. The 0-1 is low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Palencia missing with a heater at 100 miles per hour. Crowd on its feet, trying to help Palencia close out this game. A long set. And a throw to first, diving back in safely, Gonzalez.
One thing, if you're Daniel, throwing over to first and keeping the runner close is one thing. You got to make sure, though, that you throw the ball accurately. The last thing you want to do is put that runner, Gonzalez, in scoring position.
Now the 1-1. Hayes fouls it back off the screen. Pirates down to their last